Hey everyone, I'm Jackson,
And I'm Kay Warren.
and this is the FSFS for Students from Students podcast with our special guest, the school board president, Carla Childers.
Can you tell us more about yourself?
Hi, I'm Carla Childers. I am Jackson's mom. I am Jake's mom. I live here in Fulton Township, and I'm happy to be here.
All right, Carla, we have a few questions for you. Starting with, how long have you been on the school board?
I've been on the school board. This is my 12th year, so you were 3.
Awesome.
What was the decision that you guys made to vote for Yonder Pouches?
So Mrs. Covis received a grant for a large discount on Yonder Pouches. And so we knew that we wanted to implement some changes when it came to our cell phone policy, and that seemed like a great option.
All right. What does the school board do?
So the school board members technically only have 4 responsibilities, okay? So we have to hire a superintendent. We have to then set goals for that superintendent based off our mission and vision. And then our second responsibility is to annually evaluate the superintendent. So give him his own report card based off the goals that we've set for him to accomplish. And the third thing is that we set policy. There's always changes. We're constantly reviewing policies, setting them, approving them to make sure that there are things in place. And then we approve a budget. So we want to make sure that we're fiscally responsible, to make sure we can keep the lights on, keep the teachers paid, and make sure that there's enough funding there to give you guys the best possible. So there are a lot of other responsibilities that we have. One of the main ones is we want to stay involved with associations that we're affiliated with. There's one that's called the Michigan Association of School Boards, or the MASB, and they hold annual conferences where every school board member in the state of Michigan we get together and we spend 3 days at a conference where we have educational opportunities, we have network opportunities. It's like we're on the school board because we want to instill in you guys that you're like lifelong learners, so it's only appropriate that school board members themselves continue their lifelong learning, because if you're not growing, you're dying. So you want to stay on top and be really informed of the educational topics that are happening in Lansing, and just be informed so that when we sit down at the table to make decisions as a board, that we're informed and making the correct decisions.
And how do you get elected to school board?
So you have to, there's 2 ways that you can get elected. So we're elected to 6-year terms. So you basically fill out a form and you drop it off at the county clerk's office in Ithaca, and then you're placed on a ballot. So just like you would vote for the president or the governor or state representatives, your name is on a ballot, and people vote you in. Now, there's another way that you can also get on the school board. So say somebody was elected and voted in by the voters, the taxpayers, and they resigned halfway through their term or a year into their term. What then happens is that the board opens up an opportunity for anybody who lives within our district to apply to fill that vacancy. They go through an interview process, and then we vote as a board and who we'd like that person to be.
That is awesome.
Yes.
What vision do you have for the district's academic growth over the next few years?
So basically, we have grown tremendously in the last 2 years, okay? And it's something that we really need to be proud of and talking about, because our test scores have all increased across the board, K through 12. We've implemented some new curriculum, expanded, the CTE options, dual enrollment options. I just want to continue on that path and that vision so that each student has those same opportunities, whether they're college bound or they're bound for the workforce. I just want to make sure that we can stay on track.
What's your job as the school board president?
My job is to make sure that the meetings run smoothly, that we follow rules of order. I work with the superintendent to build the agenda, which is an agenda of topics that we will vote on or discuss each month. I also am in kind of the top of the communication, so if any other school board members have a question or are contacted by a member of our community, they'll typically contact me. I will vet out the concern or the issue and then bring it to whoever needs to resolve it.
What specific measures is the board taking to ensure our student safety in the school?
Absolutely. So I think earlier in the year, this class, you guys did a podcast with Rachel from Child Advocacy. So she runs a few different programs. I also serve on the board for the Child Advocacy of Gratiot County, and there is a survey. It's called MIPSI, and basically what that is we survey, and it's totally voluntary. It's 7th graders, 9th graders, and 11th graders. We survey to see, what are your thoughts? What are the risks that you're seeing in your personal life, either inside or outside of these walls? We just want to make sure that your mind is healthy, your body's healthy, and you're making great choices. So we really partner with Child Advocacy to help, kind of see what those needs are, where we're falling in regards to other schools in our district, in our state. They also provide training for our staff and teachers to be aware of signs of that someone is struggling, whether that be, suicide thoughts, substance abuse, just not a great environment at home. We train the staff to actually be aware of some of those things too. We have secure entrances.
Can citizens within our township attend these school board meetings?
Absolutely. Yes, those are all open to the public, and we encourage public participation because we have a lot of great things going on, and we want everybody to know about it, but sometimes you don't hear about it unless you're attending some of these meetings.
How is the district addressing the needs for diverse student populations, such as special education and English learning languages?
Okay. So we partner with Belding Schools for our English. Now you got me tongue-tied.
English language learners.
English language
There you
learners.
go.
ELL. We partner with them. They help facilitate. They help assess each student to where their level is as far as like learning English as their second language or first language. We have special things put in place for special education as far as parapro assistance, counseling, peer-to-peer, special education plans.
Being on the school board, do you get paid?
We get paid, yes. We get paid for every meeting that we attend, and I think it's like $25. So,
Making bank?
yeah.
My last question to you, who is your favorite kid?
Every single one of them.
No, like me and
Oh my gosh.
Your kids.
Both of you are my favorite.
Yeah, of course.
Who's your favorite NASCAR driver?
I don't watch NASCAR. I'm more of like a football person, but
Okay.
I would think that like Ricky Bobby.
I told you she was gonna say
Give me
that.
nugs.
Well, that's gonna wrap it up. Thank you, Mom, for being on the pod.
And thank you all for watching today's episode of the FSFS For Students From Students podcast.
And thank you to our special guest, Carla Childers.
Thank you for having me.
Of course. Yeah.